Can Bronny be a successful player in the NBA? He asked about him being a star, but let's start with being successful in the NBA.
Bronny 100% will be a successful player in the NBA. Number one, he knows how to work. And if you don't think he knows how to work, go look at Bronny from his freshman year to sophomore, junior to senior. There you will see a kid that knows how to work because you can see the improvement in his game. You can see the improvement in his body. You can see the improvement in his athleticism. At worst, Bronny is an NBA-level defender that can knock a shot down. So at worst, he's a 3-and-D guy. Great. We got those all over the NBA. Can pressure the ball, can come in, at worst, be a backup point guard that can pick up full court, that can put pressure on another team's lead guard, whether that's their backup, whether that's their starting guard. He can come in and change the tempo on the defensive end. So at worst, he's a 3-and-D guy. 3-and-D guys are highly valued in this league. So 3-and-defense guys are definitely valued, and Bronny got a really good shot. So didn't shoot the ball all that great this year, but his mechanics are great. He's always shot the ball great. Bunch of different factors into why he didn't shoot the ball well this year. I'm not going to overreact to that because I know he can shoot the ball and he can defend. So, yes, I think Bronny will be a successful player in this NBA draft. Also think it's a smart, in the NBA, also think it's a smart move for him to go in this NBA draft because this NBA draft is Basuda. This NBA draft will go down probably as one of the worst in history from a top talent standpoint. Now, I think when you get in this draft, you will find some guys from the 20s and 40s. Like, I think that's actually where the strength of the draft is. When you start getting in like the top 10, top 15, it's not your typical top 10 and top 15. There's not even a consensus number one pick. Last time there wasn't a consensus number one pick, we ended up with Anthony Bennett. That didn't go so well. So don't think this is a great draft, which if I'm Bronny, I'm also taking that into account. Like, this is not a great draft. I can even move up even higher because of the lack of talent. And then my name, who I am, what I bring, what I can grow into. So I think it's a great decision, and I definitely think Bronny will be a successful NBA player.
Fans are wrapped around the Galen Center to watch one of the most anticipated debuts of a college basketball player in a long, long time. The son of LeBron James, Bronny James, expected to make his collegiate debut today here in LA.
I'm just excited for him to get back on the court. There's LeBron coming into the building. But a lot on this kid. And I mentioned in our open, the minute restriction, we don't know how long he's going to play, but nice for him just to get back into the swing, get some minutes, some live reps.
And for the first time this season, 4 months after suffering cardiac arrest, Bronny James makes his collegiate debut.
Again, just happy for the kid to be back playing basketball. If you have a health scare like that, just great to see him back on the court.
LeBron videoing his son playing his first college hoops game. Special moment for the James family. Pass inside, taken away.
Corner, he should have looked opposite wing on that one.
Oh, blocked by Bronny!
You see the athleticism of Bronny James, kind of like his dad. His dad's the best chase down block guy in the history of the world. How many times have we seen LeBron James chase down a play? There you go.
Wow.
His dad usually does it off of one leg. That was off of two for Bronny, but same idea.
Ellis gets the screen. Went to go down to Iwuchukwu. It finds Bronny. His pass. Nice pass.
I don't think that pass was intended for Iwuchukwu, but it got to him.
Take a look back at the pass.
See, he was trying to drop it off to Sellers right there, and it got all the way through to Iwuchukwu. Or maybe not. Maybe he was trying to get it to Iwuchukwu. We'll have to.
In physical.
Well, they want to play fast, but I think they saw playing fast with USC doesn't work.
Bronny the pass. Morgan the finish.
Around him.
Up top, Stroud. He turns it over. Ellis. Bronny free. Got it to go. Bronny James. His first college bucket. Defense to offense. Bronny James.
Sprint the court. You want shots? Sprint the court on the trail. Feet down. Knockdown. Great to see.
How good does that have to feel?
So I don't care who you are, what level, and who your dad is.
Would he be the team's sixth man? Would he start eventually? Andy Enfield doesn't really want to put a label on what Bronny will be for this team as LeBron gives the signal. Ellis, strong, sent away by Traore. Then James steals it. Whizzes it underneath.
He didn't go down, but not a bad shot for Ellis.
Jones for the lead. Bronny James, the rebound.
2 big rebounds for Bronny here late.
Crowd on their feet. Sahonis looking for an option. Stolen by Bronny James.
Back her out. Yeah, there you go.
And they foul Bronny. James goes 1 of 2.
Bronny gets a little bit of his shoes to wear here today.
Aaron Bradshaw, long 2 for the top-ranked big man in the class going to Kentucky.
He's so much better facing up than he is with his back to the basket. He's got a legitimate three-point shot.
Omaha Ballou feeds Bronny James, who drills it from deep.
And he loves
There
the
you
corner.
go with Dan.
Fundamentally sound. And how about the shot preparation and mechanics by Bronny James for a triple?
And his dad loves it along the sideline, making sure he celebrates along with his son, the West, with a 12-point lead.
Get wherever he is on the court. Can Holloway now guard Bronny?
Oh, from NBA range, sweet stroke from Bronny.
40% off the catch. There it is, off the catch. Feet are set, eyes are up.
And with his ability to defend, and I think that they know that, and more importantly, they're playing as though they have something to prove.
Bronny James, splash, his 3rd triple.
This young man is proving that he belongs amongst the McDonald's All-American 2023 class. Off to a great start. Bronny James knocking down his 3rd 3 of the evening.
He's done nothing but improve over his last 4 years.
Character here at McDonald's. Yeah, don't show what you're working on with your trainer.
Yeah, don't show me what you can be. Show me what you do.
Has been a standout this week, the future UConn Husky.
You think he'll stay and get some tickets?
One would hope. Bronny James the steal, ahead to Collier. One more jam for the number 3 player in the nation.
Isaiah Collier, a lot of credit. And it's been the defense of the West. They've turned it into buckets. Collier with it. Bronny James having himself an evening here. Defensively coming over to join us. Look at Paul Biancardi. What is happening with you? Look at that. Bronny was so nice to fix your TV, Ted.
It was. Thank you, Bronny. Appreciate it.
Top of the class. You talk about those guys, there's about 5 different guys in the mix to be the number 1 player, but they've all spent a lot of time together. I'm both, true that. However, I'm also a shooting coach, and if he could have made that 3, 3s count more than 2.
Bronny James wants another 3. Give it to him.
Come on, Bronny.
Take the 3, Bronny.
Take the 3, Bronny.
I'll tell you what.
4 years in high school.
Well, that's what he does best. He shoots the three-point shot. He's ready. He's pure. And he's not afraid.
And a great find from Jared McCain, of course, much to the delight.
The answer ready. I want to own a trucking company.
But again, when you talk about his personality and really the way he conducts himself, you can see that he put thought into that answer. Is something he didn't just come up with when we were in that room Saturday. He's thought about it long before, just like Isaiah Collier had a long time to think about that 3.
For SportsCenter, it follows us here in Houston. Future stars of the college game and beyond on display here at Toyota Center, including Bronny James. Bullseye for Bronny, number 5.
Very skilled, can shoot it, understands the game, can see the play, make the plays, and then has the ability to finish with the best of them.
Count it and 1.
Guys that can see plays defensively and offensively. Now he's got the handles. Now he's got the skill set to finish with the athletic move at the hoop. So a very skilled, talented basketball player at both ends of the floor.
Trying to dance around Bronny James, down to 3. Lots of contact, no call. Here we go, Bronny for liftoff. Like father, like son, Bronny James reaches for the sky.
and understands the pressure of guarding a great shooter. Poper's a great shooter, and he's proved that last year. And look at his defense. He stays down. He doesn't go for the shot fake. That was not a foul. And then the big-time finish at the other end of the floor. So not only did he defend, but he had a little showtime finish as well, too.
I don't like the fact that they're in that zone because the rotations aren't as good. And they give an opportunity again for three-point shooters to shoot.
Here goes James. Look out. Flying through the lane.
Now,
Here we go. Bronny James pushing it again. 4-on-1. Boogie Ellis transition three. Knocks it down. Boogie Ellis from downtown. And it's cut to an 11-point game timeout, Oregon State.
come on. What are you thinking?
I wish there was video evidence of this. I couldn't tell whether it was a pass or a shot from Bronny James, but another bucket. Boogie Ellis with 18 points for USC. Bronny James Jr. from deep knocks it down.
They did the right thing. They got a team. They got together. They got some guys to understand some things. Got into a nice rhythm. Now the conference is here, and they're into rhythm.
How about Bronny James? His coming out party with 15.
It's got to be tough being LeBron James' son and playing basketball, I would imagine. Of course, all eyes on Bronny James as he gets ready to take the court in just a little bit. As he does so, Corey, what are you looking at in his game today?
I want to see him play freer. I want to not see him be careful on the floor, just go out, play as though he has nothing to lose, and show that he belongs. I believe that's the point of Bronny being here. I think that's what everything is about him, is trying to find, and like he said, allow people to recognize Bronny James, not LeBron James' son. Allow him to stand on his own. And I believe he has a level of aggressiveness to him that we did not see yesterday, and I would love to see him show that here this afternoon.
Sean?
Yeah, I mean, look, he's got to cut down his turnovers. He got beat on a couple back doors yesterday. You know, we talk about him and the players that he comps himself to. Davion Mitchell, an elite-level defensive player, without question. That's his strength. You look at Drew Holiday; he impacted the game at the defensive end. Those are two of the players he mentioned yesterday. How disruptive can you be at the defensive end of the floor? How dialed in every single possession, on ball, off ball, at that end of the floor? Because if that's going to be your calling card, and that's what you want your calling card to be, then sign up and make it happen.
Well, we saw it in game one, right? We've talked about A.J. Mitchell a lot here. It's almost like he has to kind of be that type of defender here where maybe you're picking up 3/4 of the court, you're being a pest. I'm not really looking at the stat line for him. I don't care if he's 2 for 8. You know, certainly I think being comfortable, finding a role, how he fits in. He's a terrific young man. Locker room, you're not concerned about here. But I agree, I think he's going to play more freer. I think we saw that a little bit in the first game with some of these players here, and I am expecting a better performance than Tuesday.
All right, this game's about to tip in just a little bit. 3-2. Bronny James entering into the game right behind us as we speak. It's a 1-point game, and of course his dad is in the building.
Defense and how you have to space the floor, etc.
Definitely, I feel like I have an advantage. You know, we had
6 weeks or so are going to be able to separate themselves through the individual workouts and maybe get to that point where they climb up the ladder.
One of the things you're going to see with Modest is his skill level, especially at 6'10". When he walks into a building and has an individual workout, his skill level is extremely high for a guy like that. And Christine,
do you feel like he needs to put a little bit more?
There's a 10-foot pool right off of his French doors to open up our bedroom. And now, mind you, this is not in a multi-million-dollar home neighborhood. Mm-hmm. You know, this is a starter home.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that's how much Bronny's going to be at the free throw line here with 0.2 seconds left to go as they attacked in transition, filling the lane. That's one of the things he did really well, actually, at USC. The ability to run the floor, fill the lanes, and try to get ahead of the ball. And he, with time ticking away on the clock, was able
to go along with that athleticism. And when you consider the fact that 6'1½", and again, 6'1½", barefoot, by the time you get on the court, he's
Gavone's lost his mind on that comp. He can take his metrics. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding, Gavone. I'm kidding. I had to take the shot. Hey, but you know what he said is exactly right. Look at the way he's playing on the floor. Look at his movement on the floor versus what we saw yesterday. The aggressiveness, the confidence, the in control, and understanding how to operate and be successful. Done a great.
Expensive.
I thought A.J. Johnson, by the way, played pretty well yesterday. as Bronny lines up a three-pointer in the corner again. Feet set, corner threes. You work with your teammates. How quickly do you run over to pick them up off the floor? All those little things get evaluated while you're here.
All right, we now welcome in the player of the game, Bronny James, as we show his dad here too in attendance. Bronny, it was very clear from all of us here watching you today versus yesterday that you seemed a little bit more comfortable out there. What was the difference between what you did yesterday and today?
You know, I always, try to play the right way, but my teammates and my coaches just encouraged me to be aggressive because they believe in me. I feel like that's a big part of why I come out and, play the right way for my team and my teammates. So, yeah, they really helped me today.
In your media availability yesterday, you mentioned the comps to Drew Holiday, Davion Mitchell, defensive-minded players. How do you see yourself continuing to be able to impact, regardless of level, that end of the floor in particular?
Yeah, I always try to come out and play with my most effort. Of course, I try to play the right way, but I play hard, and I'm gonna always play hard. And I feel like that, that shows up on the defensive end. But yeah, I just try to, focus on that, and that's what gives me minutes in the long run.
Bronny, today you played a little more off the ball than you did yesterday. You had the ball more in your hands. So are you a little more comfortable at this stage, especially against a professional environment, with playing off the basketball and being the recipient of a lot of great passes in comparison to having to be the playmaker?
Yeah, I mean, I don't, see myself, having the ball every possession. And the coach doesn't see me having the ball every possession. So I'm comfortable playing, the 1 and the 2. Whether I'm playing on ball or off ball. So, they put me in good position today to produce and, be great.
All right, 13 points out there for Bronny James today. Good game, Bronny. Congratulations on winning, and congratulations on going through the draft process.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much.
All right, with that, we will head to a break as we wrap things up on day 2.
I want to actually start with Bronny.
Yeah.
This past week, he was in Chicago at the Combine. And first of all, I've never met Bronny. But I will say, in all the interviews and clips that I saw, his perspective and his mindset at that age was really stood out.
Yeah.
It was actually quite remarkable. For you as a dad, and obviously my kids play basketball and they're much younger, but as a dad watching him go through this process, what's it like?
Wow, this is where we're kicking it off with, huh, JJ? We go right to that topic. I love it. I love it. As a parent to be able to be, there to witness a child of yours start to live out a dream of theirs. It's something Bronny has always talked about, and he's, said, we asked him plenty of times, like, what is your end goal? And his end goal is to be in the NBA. And to see him, almost at that moment, for a parent is something that you could just be in awe of, because, I mean, that's what you want your kids to be able to live out their dreams, and whatever that is, whatever, direction they take, you want them to be able to live out their dreams. And for, myself and Savannah to be there and be at the Combine this past week in Chicago, to see him out there with other kids that's trying to live out their dream. It was a pretty remarkable, I don't know what to say, / this is exciting, feeling for our whole family. And I probably know the same feeling for him as well.
Do you talk to him about who he can be in the NBA?
No.
Or is he figuring this out on his own?
Yeah, I think he's figuring it out. I wanted him to kind of figure it out on his own, and where he see himself fit in the NBA, or, where he see, what his comp looks like, to see, him mention guys like Derek White, Drew Holiday, a few other guys, Marcus Smart, in our league, Davion Mitchell. These are guys who come in and for a team that's trying to win championships, a team that wants to win every night. These are the players that you have to have on your team, because it doesn't always show up in the box scores, but it always shows up in the winning plays. And, for Bronny to have that perspective on where he stands today, that's great. And I think that's great for any team to be able to have a 19-year-old kid. Like you said, I know that wasn't my goal. My goal was like, listen, I'm trying to make it to the All-Star game in year one. I want to be, All-Star. I want to be MVP. I want to be this, all of these things. And a lot of us have those aspirations. But, for Bronny to just have that mindset of like, listen, at this point in time in my life and in my game, I know where I stand, but I know how I affect the game. He's just a winning player, and I just love his mindset. It's just some of his answers and to a lot of the questions that was given to him was like I was in awe of, because we've never actually, even talked about it. But he's living in it. He's living in the moment, and he's definitely carving out his own lane. He's definitely not his dad, and I'm not him. I wouldn't be able to handle the scrutiny and all the things that he got going on, at his age and at his level, and with social media. Like, I didn't have social media to deal with when I came in at 18. I did have a lot of scrutiny. I did have a lot of things that was put on my shoulders, but I didn't have, every single day around the clock news coverage, sports shows, things of talking about this particular person every single day. Or you go online or on social media and X and Instagram, and everyone can comment every single day about whatever they want to say, whatever. I didn't have to deal with that. And to see him handle it, with such class and so, just like self-awareness and just staying even keel is just a remarkable thing, man. And super proud of him. Me and Savannah talk about it all the time, how proud of we are of our kids. And, he's the oldest. We always told him from day one, listen, you have to set an example for your brother and your little sister. And he continues to do that.
I would be happy about getting to the league instead of me thinking about playing with my dad. But that's like not my mindset right now at all. I'm just trying to put in the work and see where it takes me from there. I just want to, have people know my name is Bronny James and not being, identified as just LeBron James' son. I feel like that would be a great end.